right, man. We live. Live, y'all, man. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. We are back with another Hova Report. All right, y'all. I finally got my reaction screen up. Taking baby steps, y'all. Taking baby steps, man. Let me see what we got here. All right, we got, Hova Report, man. We got a lot of random news and stuff. I'm just keeping y'all up on game until, we get some football action. It's kind of slow right now. But, I'm going to bring y'all this content as much as I can, man. And the first story of today, we're going to talk about my man, Patrick Peterson. What is this? Up out of here. My boy Patrick Peterson, man, has officially retired from the game of football as a Arizona Cardinal. 8-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, and Hall of Fame All-2010s team. P2 is a legend. Shout out to Patrick Peterson, man. Wave guys, shout out from Maryland, man. Shout out to Maryland. Shout out the whole DMV. And shout out to Patrick Peterson, man, on one hell of a career, man. Definitely one of my favorite corners. Back up out of this. Get up out of here. Next story, man. Next story. We got Max Crosby. Raiders standout pass rusher Max Crosby is being named as assistant general manager for football at Eastern Michigan University. Crosby becomes the first active NFL player to hold the position. He now will help Eastern Michigan to evaluate high school and portal prospects, manage its NIL budget, and also serve as a special assistant to the AD on fundraising, alumni relations, and student athlete support. Shout out, man. That's his alma mater. Shout out to him. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know what's best for a team other than a player that's actually in the game and know what the team's specific needs are. You know what I'm saying? Know who to recruit. And who gonna say no to a guy like Max Crosby? You know what I'm saying? Max Crosby come to your couch, man, trying to recruit you to come to Eastern Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Got a little NIL money for you. Who gonna say no to Max Crosby, man? What's the deal with y'all to chat? This is tight right here though. His old school too. You trying to see his old school come up. All right, hold on, huh? Trying to get to my next story. Hold on. There we go. Shout out to y'all that's in the chat. Good morning to y'all. News story. Trade request. All-pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey and the Dolphins are set to mutual explore trade options. The team trading for Ramsey will pick up a $21.1 million of his salary in 2025. His current contract runs through the 2028 season. There is no timetable for a possible trade, but the Dolphins prefer to find a resolution before the upcoming NFL draft. Ramsey, 30, recorded 60 total tackles, 39 solo, 6 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 11 pass breakups, and 2 INTs in 17 games last season. That's a big contract to pick up, man. I wonder what's the asking price for him. 30 years old, making that much money. I think Jalen Ramsey is still good. You can still get some good years out of Jalen Ramsey. I seen Asante Samuel talking about he should consider moving to safety, to further his career, which can be possible too. But I think he's still damn good as a cornerback too. But I wonder what's the asking price for him, man. That's something to look into. If we didn't trade all our draft capital for, Marshawn Lattimore, Debo Samuel, Laramie Tunsil, I will look into this too. Cornerback is still a position of need for the Commanders. I will look into this. I heard it was chatter about either us, trading for him or him going back to the Rams. He got interest going back to the Rams since he won a Super Bowl there. But we shall see though, man. But that $21 million is a lot. It looked like Dolphins will be having a fire sale soon, man. You got to think they got this contract. They got Bradley Chubb contract. They got Tyreek Hill, Jaden Waddle, Tua. Who else they got? I want to say it's one more big contract that these dudes have. But yeah, this is why they ultimately had to let Javon Holland walk. Yeah, they in salary cap hell in Miami, man. Yeah, that $21 million, man. We would have to do some restructuring. That's a lot of chili, man. All right. Derek Carr commits the 2025 NFL season due to a shoulder injury, and New Orleans Saints are actively exploring a quarterback options. As of now, the Saints quarterback depth chart includes Spencer Rattler, a former standout at South Carolina. Rattler was drafted by the Saints in 2024 and is expected to compete for the starting role. Jake Haener, a 2023 draft pick. Haener has been developing within the Saints system and may see increased responsibilities. Ben DiNucci, a veteran presence. DiNucci provides a depth and experience to the quarterback room. The Saints hold the 9th overall pick in the upcoming NFL draft and are reportedly considering selecting a quarterback to address their immediate needs. Prospects like Shedeur Sanders and Jackson Dart have been mentioned as potential targets. Sanders, in particular, has garnered significant interest with discussions suggesting he could be a fit for the Saints' offense. Or is veteran experience necessary in New Orleans? Kirk Cousins or Ryan Tannehill are options to explore there. The upcoming draft will be pivotal in shaping the team's direction at the position. That's a tough task, and as a fan of a team who used to have a revolving door around quarterback, man, that's one issue you don't want to have. And then what you giving up for Kirk Cousins, man, that's gonna kill you. The Saints are already in salary cap hell as well. Trading for a guy like Kirk Cousins is have a fully guaranteed contract will just set you back further. I will go ahead and I would draft Shedeur if Shador is available at 9, or Jackson Dart. You need to think about your future immediately because you already know Derek Carr is not the answer. So I will look forward to the draft and draft my quarterback for the future. You already know you're not about to start Spencer Rattler and Jake Hayner. Those dudes are backups at best. Go ahead and get you your franchise quarterback you within that top 10 pick. I will be cool on Kirk Cousins. Ryan Tannehill will be cool, but that's just another bridge quarterback holding up the position until, the next draft. But when you can get a Shador Sanders now, why not go get him? Why you crying? Why you here looking for Blasey? This not Blasey platform, brother. Right, Colorado star, wide receiver and cornerback Travis Hunter says he stopped playing. He'll stop playing football in the NFL. Teams try to limit him to one side of the ball. I'm never playing football. Oh well, it said it's never playing football again. I guess he meant I'm never playing football again because I've been doing it my whole life. I love being on the football field. I feel like I can dominate on each side of the ball. So I really enjoy doing it, Hunter told Garrett Podell. Hunter said no team has expressed any issues with him playing corner and receiver in the NFL. He will stop playing football if he don't play both sides of the field. Now, you spent your whole life getting here to this level for you not to play no more? That's crazy. And I call cap. Bro, you know how many millions you about to get being in the top 5? If I need you at one specific position, you are going to play that one specific position. We might have a package for you. We might even bring you on third downs on defense or even on offense. Put you in a slot. But you not playing because you can't play both sides of the ball. After you've been doing this your whole career, after you cried and told your dad that you got him because your dad got all these kids and you trying to take care of your family and all that. This right here seems pretty selfish to me. It's selfish as a teammate. It's selfish to the team that drafts you. And it's selfish to your family who's dependent on you. Yeah, this is your life. But at the same time, how long are you trying to last in this league by playing both sides of the ball, knowing how much this game will take a toll on your body? I'm calling cap, bro. You going to do whatever the team needs you to do. You going to play. You going to get your money. And that's that. But who gets to the NFL to say they never going to play again? That's crazy. I done worked my whole life for this. All right. Next news story. Veteran left tackle Tyron Smith will sign a one-day contract with the Cowboys to retire as a member of the franchise. Smith, 34, retires as a two-time first-team All-Pro 2014 and 2016, a three-time second-team All-Pro 2013, 2015, and 2023, and an eight-time Pro Bowler 2013 through 2019 and 2021. The Cowboys selected Smith with the 9th pick of the 2011 draft. Damn, that sounds so long ago. Out of USC, Smith played 13 seasons with the Cowboys and had 1 year a 1-year stint with the Jets in 2024. A future Hall of Famer. Shout out to Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith, man. I thought he did pretty solid last year. I didn't see him retiring so soon, but 2011, that sound like forever ago. We talked about this guy last week. Florida D tackle Desmond Watson is attempting to lose weight to improve his chances of making it in the NFL. Watson, who weighed in at 464 pounds at his pro day and gained nearly 80 pounds throughout college, is making diet changes to better his health. It's been like the same problem, not problem, but the same concern throughout college. Watson said via Greg Allman of Fox Sports. I'm getting more in depth, getting a better grasp of things, and I need to do to be successful at the next level. It's been interesting. I learned a lot about myself in the process. Watson said he's eating omelets with spinach and tomatoes for breakfast instead of grits and pancakes, and snacking on peanuts and almonds instead of junk food. He also said he's skipping trips to the convenience store after gassing up his car. It's definitely hard. People have taught me to look at it like another addiction. It's not drugs, but it's an addiction. Whether that's gaming, drugs, alcohol, I think this is my vice. I'm just trying to get a hold of it. Just like drugs can kill you, this can do the same thing. I'm trying to change my life. 6'6" Watson is trying to avoid becoming the heaviest player in NFL history, with offensive tackle Aaron Gibson holding the record of 410 pounds. Watson showcased his athleticism for the NFL scouts, posting the following numbers at his pro day. 40, he ran a 5.93. Vertical, 25 inches. Bench, 36 reps. For his career, Watson recorded 63 total tackles, 19 solo, 4 tackles for loss, 1.5 sack, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 1 pass breakup across 4 seasons and 51 games played. He also rushed for 1 yard on 1 carry. Man, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him for trying to better his life, not only for football, but your lifespan too, my boy. That's a lot of weight to be carrying on you, man. But shout out to you changing your bad habits into good habits, and hopefully you be successful doing so, my boy. Shout out to the Commanders fan. It don't matter if it's football or basketball. These athletes today just don't have pride and passion for the sport they play today. Man, ain't that the truth? Because money is everything nowadays. You got to think how far we came in sports, man. You know, me being my age and being born in the late 80s, me seeing the Deons, the Jordans, the Ken Griffeys. You know, baseball players always made more money, but just look at your greats who didn't make nothing compared to these players now. And these players is not even half of the players that these players was. Like I reported, what was that, Monday, that Deion made $33 million his whole career. Deion should have been making $33 million per year for the player he was. Michael Jordan made $100 million in his career. I want to say $100 million Michael Jordan might have made in his career. Michael Jordan is $1 billion nigga, bro. Michael Jordan, just think, Michael Jordan. You see Michael Jordan everywhere. You see him on people's feet everywhere. But then you got dudes who, let me see, who can I think of? Mike Conley Jr. When they made that new CBA, I want to say that was some time ago now, some years back when the NBA negotiated the new collective bargaining, and Mike Conley was one of the highest paid players. Mike Conley contract was worth more than Michael Jordan total career earnings at that point. That's crazy. Mike Conley can't even hold a candle to Michael Jordan, man. But he made more money. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes would have played damn near for free just because they love the game. Ohio Tigers, what's going on? Oh, Tiny got a vlog out? Shout out to my boy Big Time, my brother. Shout out to my people that was in Rio's chat this morning too that's up in here. Ghetto Cafe. I got my little Spanish latte going on. Next story, man. Ravens general manager Eric DaCosta is non-committal about all-pro tight end Mark Andrews remaining on the team ahead of the upcoming NFL draft. I never know what's going to happen, and I would never want to say this or that. But I can tell you this. Mark Andrews is a warrior, and he's played his butt off for us. And his competitiveness and his talent, his attitude, his leadership is so valued here, DaCosta said. He's a great player, and we're in the business of keeping as many great players as we can. So there's always a lot of unpredictability with the draft. You just never know. Andrews, 29, is entering the final year of his 4-year, $56 million contract and is due to a base salary of $7 million for the 2025 season. The Ravens have $7 million in cap room by trading Andrews while taking on a $9.9 million dead cap. In 2024, Andrews caught 55 passes for 673 yards and 11 touchdowns in 17 games. Man, sound like a lot of good production right there, man. Why wouldn't you want to keep that? But then you have an Isaiah Likely who is younger, more athletic, who can do the same thing if he had the same, amount of targets and the same, if he was in Mark Andrews' position as a starter, I think he would be just a little bit better because he is more athletic. But this right here is a wobbler, man. I mean, if you got two good short tight ends like that, why wouldn't you want to keep both? I think they did well with both of them. And the more targets, the better. But if there's talks about getting rid of Mark Andrews, then we all know what this stems from, bro. This stems from that playoff game, the divisional game where they lost to Buffalo and he missed a 2-point conversion and he had a fumble in that game. But that's only one game, man. You can't fault a man for doing that in one game after he didn't gave you years of good production. Scooter from Hoover said, why AD act like having Duno on your show will do anything? Motherfucker not even that popular. T-Rail MacWap got more emotion on this pod shit. I don't think it's about Duno's popularity. I think it's more so is Duno is acting like a spokesperson for the Latino community, and that's the closest thing that we got to that community. So a sit down will be cool with me and Duno. But Duno got big motion out here though, man. Duno is doing it up out here. You may not understand that because you probably don't follow Duno closely, but Duno is big on social media. That's how he got his start. On the pod thing, he's 1 foot in, 1 foot out, far as the pod thing, because he's busy. He is on social media heavy. He is in his comedic bag right now, and then he's still doing radio as well too. So Duno is a big pillar out here, and he's so young, bro, only 25 years old. You feel me? So Duno is doing a big thing out here. Only potted with Duno once on Fair to Say, but I'm opening it up for Duno. Duno, you can come over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my setup. My everything will be set up by next week. You know what I'm saying? I just came back from Best Buy, got some shit, so everything should be set up. You know what I'm saying? I got couches right here that you can sit down. I'm gonna put the camera up right here, so you can see whoever I got up in here. Yeah, I mean, it's just that conversation needs to be had though, and needs to be understood, so we can move forward from it. But shout out to Duno though. Next story. Bears quarterback Caleb Williams admitted that the team's 5-12 record in his rookie season took a significant toll on him, bringing him to tears after losses. When I got home, I got in my bed. I just dropped a few tears, and I was just so beat up mentally, physically, spiritually, Williams told Esquire Brian O'Keefe. The 2024 number one pick said he didn't know how to handle the Bears' 10-game losing streak. I never lost this much. I think those losses were pretty important for me and my growth, Williams said. To go on a losing streak, to be in this position and be at the helm of it was definitely important for me. Just being able to see how I need to be when times are bad. Williams, 23, is determined to never experience so much losing in his young NFL career. I'm going to work my tail off to never be in that position again. This one right here is a wobbler because, as y'all can see the title, constant losing made Williams shed tears. Now, for us men that's in the chat, we will look at this as a sign of him being weak, right? NFL player, us covering NFL, watching it. This would be considered weak. But then we never want to shit on nobody mental health, right? And I get that too. Like, you feel the way you feel. Certain things that you care about most can make you feel less than. But this is the number one reason why I didn't want Caleb Williams in the first place. Because I just thought that he was mentally weak. I'm like, I don't need that type of player on my team. But I'm pretty sure that 10-game losing streak took a toll, especially how, you lose the first game to start that 10-game losing streak to the Washington Commanders on a Hail Mary after you thought you had the game won, which was crazy. And then after that, your team just spearheaded down. Hopefully he can bounce back this season and overcome everything that he needs to, because you are that franchise quarterback for this city, for that team, and they need you to be clear mind, focused, locked in. They don't need you being weak, being the head of that organization, the face of that organization. But this is why I didn't want Caleb right here. But hopefully he bounced back. He get some mental toughness. Don't know how that's gonna happen, but It could happen. Maybe he need to go talk to somebody. But yeah, shout out to Caleb Williams. Now, I want y'all to listen to this right here, man, because this is crazy right here. Oh, stubborn ass Jerry Jones.
Negotiated $1 billion in NFL contracts, and now he's beefing with one of the most powerful owners in sports. Meet David Mulugheta, arguably one of the greatest sports agents on earth. He grew up in Texas and attended UT, where he would eventually become best friends with Jamal Charles. David's journey
Shout out to Yazers.
2007 when he goes to visit Jamal Charles at a workout before the NFL draft. This is where he meets Jamal's agent, Andrew Kessler. Kessler was so impressed with Mulugheta that he offered him an internship on the spot at Athletes First Agency. That was in 2010, the summer before he went to law school. He then attended the University of Nebraska College of Law. After graduation, he initially had his sights set on corporate law, but his love for football led him to pivot towards sports management. Finally, in 2012, he officially joins Athletes First, where he had internship 2 years prior. David was known for his negotiation skills and his understanding of contracts, which allowed him to rise through the ranks very quickly. In 2016, he caught the first of many big breaks by signing Jalen Ramsey, who would go on to become the most paid cornerback of all time. David is also responsible for getting Deshaun Watson a $230 million fully guaranteed contract with the Cleveland Browns, making it the largest fully guaranteed contract in NFL history, and maybe the last fully guaranteed contract we will ever see like this again. Mulugheta reportedly has 86 clients and $1.3 billion in contracts under his portfolio, with $1 billion of that coming from 2024 alone. However, Jerry Jones just threw shots at David during Micah Parsons' contract negotiations, calling him nameless, which sparked Parsons to go to X to let everyone know that he picked David for his negotiation skills, and they are not backing down. They want to make Parsons the highest paid non-quarterback of all time. And this beef between Jerry Jones and David Mulugheta could have some serious consequences, and it might lead to Micah Parsons leaving the Cowboys in free agency next year.
Y'all see that jersey?
Typical Jerry Jones drama, or it could be for real. But one thing's for certain, David Mulugheta ain't playing no games when it comes to getting his players' money.
Hey, David Mulugheta, go ahead and make that happen so Parsons can come over to the Commanders, man. Jerry Jones don't want to pay him. We'll definitely pay him. But this right here, I wish Tiny was up in here so he can see this. So he can see Jerry needs to go, man. This dude right here is by far the best agent outside of Drew Rosenhaus in the NFL. He's the best up-and-coming agent, and he's getting his players paid, and he's making sure that players are demanding a chili. You feel me? He's playing hardball with these teams, and these teams are pretty much giving up to his demands and his players' demands. And you see he covers over 86 players and $1.2 billion in contracts. God damn, man! You talking about somebody good at their job, man. Jerry Jones better stop playing with this, man, because as you can see right now, his record is impeccable right now. How he getting his players paid? His players ain't even got to perform after they get paid, and they still getting paid. Like, hey, what you do from here is on you. Whether you perform up to the level of your contract or not, I got you paid. He getting himself paid. That's all you can ask. That's all you can ask. But you playing hardball with one of the best defensive ends in the league, edge rushers in the league, one of the most productive edge rushers in the league. You playing hardball with him when he got one of the best agents out there, and he's not budging. Oh yeah, you go ahead and you gonna miss out. You're not gonna pay this man what he want or what he's worth. Somebody in your division will, and why not be us? He said dementia. Oh man. Let's talk about this guy again. Nico. UCLA is holding firm on its offer to QB Nico. Oh, I forgot how to pronounce his last name, man. I'm going to have to say that shit maybe about 100 times to get it. Which is significantly less than his desired asking price of $4 million per year. The relationship between UCLA and Nico Camp is in a vulnerable state after Nico's brother, Madden, flipped from the Bruins to Arkansas on signing day in December. Nico is 20, officially in the transfer portal with a do not contact tag, which means he does not want to be approached by teams or coaches. Instead, Nico and his rep will initiate contact with schools he interested in. Okay, so I want to say I got another story because I saved this the day prior to another story coming out. Okay, damn, did I not save it? Hold on, because I think I saved it. Let me see. No, I don't think I saved it. Nope. But anyways, I read a story, man. I read a story that he was getting his 2.4 million and he asked for more money because his dad wanted 80,000. So therefore that was him asking for 4 million. Part of that was for his dad because his dad needed 80,000. So now not only is his son not playing for Tennessee, which is a better program than UCLA, he couldn't transfer within the SEC. He missed out on the 2.4 he was getting, and now he's getting like 1.4 at UCLA, all because his dad agreed. So that right there is prime example of stop being too greedy, man. Being too greedy. 4 million, that's a bit steep, but you not even like that, my boy, to be demanding that. Yeah, you seen Carson Beck, go from Georgia to wherever he went to, and he got that. That's because he's coming from the best program in college football and going somewhere else to bring his championship pedigree. Bro, you ain't been to no national championship. So you don't have that type of leverage to be asking for that type of money. And then for your dad to be asking for that money too, your dad should have just piped down and be like, you know what, son? I don't need that 80,000 right now. Go ahead, ball out. Once you ball out, then you can go ahead and ask for it. But as of right now, he don't have a leg to stand on, and now he's going to transfer to UCLA, a program that's I don't want to say weaker because UCLA is still UCLA. It's still a good program, but it's not like Tennessee. And you getting significantly less, bro. Like, you getting $1 million less. That's crazy. That's crazy how that came back to bite you. But you still getting paid, young man. So, be grateful. Don't be too greedy. Go out there and earn your pay, man. Earn your pay to where they can't deny you. All right, man. I think we covered this story a couple weeks ago. We're going to talk about it again, or maybe a week ago. Big leap of faith. What's going on with you? Texas wide receiver and NFL prospect Isaiah Bond filed for a federal complaint against the woman who accused him of SA. Bond agent Damian Butler sent an email to all 32 NFL teams with the 17-page complaint attached to it. Bond, 21, is seeking monetary relief, punitive damage, and injunction preventing his accuser for referring to him as criminal. Unlike the false narrative that's been amplified, the truth once revealed in its entirety will show that he was targeted by a woman 8 years by a woman 8 years his senior. Huh? Maybe that's a typo. Relentless pursuit, enticed by explicit photos, videos, ultimately set up for financial gain, part of the complaint said. Oh, so this sound like this was a setup. This sound like a setup. Sound like she was sending my boy nudes and all of that, trying to lure him in. And then, he finally linked up. And, they did their business. But then she tried to, do her 1-2. So this was all a play from the jump. The complaint says that the woman and Bond spent time together February 4th after the consensual sexual encounter without her mentioning the alleged assault. The document then alleges that the woman made an indirect threat to Bond, telling him to be careful not to catch a case. The complaint also accused the woman of demanding $5,000 from Bond. Bond turned himself into Frisco police last Thursday morning on a outstanding SA warrant and calls the allegations patently false. I'm in full cooperation with the authorities and will remain a willing and active participant in the investigation. Unfortunately, claims like these prove to be harmful to all involved, absent full review, Bond wrote. Bond has projected to be a second or third round pick in the upcoming NFL draft. Oh my gosh. My God. You gotta be careful, man. Gotta be careful. These little hoes be out to get you, man. Especially when they know you that big man on campus. Gotta be more careful, man. And shout out to my Washington Commanders. This is big news, y'all. This is big news right here. Why my chat not moving? Maybe y'all just not saying that. Shout out my Commanders, man. We are finally going back to the city of DC. We're going back to where we originally played at the RFK site. It will be a new stadium there. They will tear that stadium down and build a new one there. DC Mayor Muriel Bowser and the Commanders have reached a framework agreement on a deal worth over $3 billion to bring the team back to the district, with the plans to build a new stadium at the RFK campus in time for the 2030 NFL season. So we got 5 years, y'all. 5 years to build that thing up. I can't wait. Man, I passed by that site. What was that, December when I went? Passed by that site and I'm like, man, that's crazy how they used to play right there. Now when you look at these new stadiums, how they build, how big they are, and then with the parking structure and everything too. This stadium sits in a roundabout in DC. So I'm like, man, this parking lot won't be enough for one. They would have to build parking lots like, several parking lots close by, because this stadium, of course, they're going to want to build this one so they can one day host a Super Bowl there. What's the soccer championships there? All of that. They're going to want to build that up. They're going to have to build, a downtown around there, like shopping and stuff like that. All for if they want to host a Super Bowl one day too. So I'm like, I wonder how this is gonna work, just being in this little area right here, because they will have to expand more. But we shall see, man. I can't wait to see it. Right now, that place look like a dump because it's so old. I want to say the soccer team played there maybe about 5, 6 years ago, but right now it's abandoned. Uh, can't wait, man. Can't wait. These stadiums are getting better and better. There's no bad seat in the house. You can be in the nosebleeds and you can still have a good seat. So I can't wait to see what our stadium gonna look like, man. He said RFK used to literally be rocking, man. I wish I would have experienced that, man. But I will from here on out. Oh man, this right here made my eyes hurt when I seen this yesterday, man. I hope this don't happen. I wish this don't happen. It's not gonna happen. Free agent safety Justin Simmons is interested in reuniting with Vic Fangio in Philadelphia. Simmons, 31, played for Fangio in Denver for the 2019-2021 and says he'll be able to contribute right away. Going to Philly with Vic, you know exactly what you're getting out of me, and I know exactly what I'm getting out of them because I've been in the system. I still have a ways to go to mastering it, but there are some things and nuances that I know Vic likes and that I know defensive back coach Christian Parker likes. And I think I can really help in that area, Simmons said. Obviously, them moving on from CJ and what he pours into that city, there is a big shoes to fill. But I love what they have going on with Reed Blankenship and the rest of the supporting cast there. So I don't know. It's interesting. I'm excited to see what happens in 2024. Simmons recorded 62 tackles, 36 solo, 2 tackles for loss, 2 interceptions, 7 pass breakups, and 16 games for the Falcons. Man, I hope that don't happen, man. Reed Blankenship, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Justin Simmons, golly, man. Zach Bond, Jalen Carter, what's my boy name? Davis. Yeah, that's just Nolan Smith and N'Kobe Dean. Oh, that'll be a nightmare. But that's crazy that he wants to play for Fangio because Fangio was good in Denver. He was good in Denver. It was Miami where they didn't like Vic Fangio. They couldn't get with his system in Miami. But Denver, they was pretty solid in Denver. The Bears have paid another key piece to their defense. This time, they lock up linebacker T.J. Edwards on a 2-year, $20 million extension with $16.6 million fully guaranteed. The tackle machine earns another done by agent Steve Carrick of Weiserman. Shout out T.J. Edwards. That was another linebacker that the Eagles let go too. That I feel like they should have kept him. Glad he's not there no more neither because Philly for some reason don't like paying their linebackers, but they see that. They let T.J. Edwards go. It bit them in the butt, so they got them a Zach Bond, got more production than they signed up for out of him, paid him to keep him in that building, and they know for history purposes they let go T.J. Edwards. What's the other one they let go? What was the other linebacker? I want to say He has a brother. Y'all let him go, and then y'all was like, fuck that. The next linebacker we get, we not letting go. All right, let me see. We got a few more stories before we get out of here. Kind of want to do some mock draft simulators too with you guys too. So I want y'all to drop y'all teams in the hold on real quick. I just seen a comment I wanna wait, I want y'all to drop y'all teams up in the chat, in the comment section. And then we're gonna do some mock draft simulators based off the teams that y'all drop in there. And we're gonna see what teams come out with the best draft. In Mua, Hove Ooze, have you ever played for Hemingway Park? Yes, man. Hemingway Park should be Hove Park. Should be Hove Park, man. Yeah, that used to be my park, man. Grew up there my whole life. Grew up there, worked there, all of that. The Raiders and Colton Miller are not currently working on a contract extension. Miller is holding out voluntary workouts as he's seeking a new deal, man. For the teams that need an offensive tackle, bro, I would take him too. But I think we filled our needs at offensive tackle, but this would be a good addition to the squad too. That's a good offensive tackle to have. Said Cowboys last year, contract for me. Oh, Tiny, you gonna be a free agent next year? Tiny, we gonna have to stream before this draft come, man. See how our teams gonna look. I think we gonna do a lot of trading within the draft too, so we can get more picks, man. All right, this story came back up, y'all. Fox Sports in the settlement talks with former hairdresser Nushan Faraji, I guess that's how you say her name, Faraji, over her sexual harassment lawsuit. The name Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor, and executive Charlie Dixon. She alleges that Skip Bayless grabbed her hand, began kissing them, and offered her $1.5 million for that booty. Skip, you dirty mother. Damn, settlement talks, huh? So they want to settle this out of court. Run her chili. You might see her franchise, her hair, hair studio all over the place now. If she's smart, I will go ahead and get me a hair studio by every NFL stadium. So for those women that need a touch up when they come in town, go ahead, go to one of her boutiques or whatever, her beauty parlors, and go ahead and get touched up. That would be smart. Aaron Rodgers told the Pat McAfee show, "I'm open to anything and attached to nothing. Retirement could still be a possibility. No decisions about 2025 so far." So, man, this nigga don't know what he want to do, bro. He don't know if he want to play for the Steelers. He don't know if he want to still play for Minnesota. He don't even know if he still want to play. You know what I'm saying? He just wasting time. Wasting air. If I'm the Steelers, man, I will move on. I will go ahead and draft accordingly. I will be trying to see what I can do, what kind of packages I can put together to trade up to get me a Shador or a Jackson Dart, just so I can go ahead and solidify my quarterback room. You know what I'm saying? I will go, if I'm the Steelers, I will go get me a Ryan Tannehill just so I can have me some quarterback depth. I know they got Mason Rudolph, but I think that's the only person that they got in a quarterback room as of right now. So Yeah, I would go ahead, get my first round pick. You know what I'm saying? And probably give me a third round pick together and maybe another pick, maybe a pick for next year's draft, just so I can move up and secure Shador Sanders, man. Cause this dude Aaron Rodgers is playing. He says she up. Tell him to go sit in the desert for a year and think about it. Man, yeah, he playing, man. You said Jackson Dart wasted pick? Could be. Could be. I seen a couple Ole Miss games though where he was balling though. Not bad, but to me, he come off as in the league, he can look like the next Mason Rudolph or Kenny Pickett, if you ask me. He just don't jump out. You know, he ain't no top first round pick, if you ask me. The NCAA make rule change for faking injuries. The NCAA approved a new timeout rule to combat fake injuries. Beginning this season, if medical personnel go onto the field to evaluate a player with an apparent injury after the ball is spotted for the next play, that player team will be charged a timeout. If the team does not have timeouts remaining, a 5-yard delay of game penalty will be assessed. Faking injuries sometimes at the coach's instruction have become a tactic defenses use to slow down tempo of offenses and as a way for an offense to avoid a delay of game penalty or an extra timeout. Yeah, man, you know what? I like this rule right here. I like this rule because you see this happen a lot. You know what I'm saying? When that offense get to driving, getting the best of the defense can't catch up. You know what I'm saying? They fake an injury because they out of breath. You know what I'm saying? They win not all the way up, so they fake an injury just to buy time for the defense to get ready. Yeah, I like this rule right here too, man. Go ahead and stop playing, man. This right here is going to cause a lot of team to get their conditioning up for situations like this, man. I used to teach my kids this that I coach, man. I used to, count down on the ball. This will work for your offense and for your defense. Every time we run a play, I'm counting down. You get 30 seconds in between, 30, 40 seconds between each play. I'm giving them 10 to line up, get the play off. Defense got to get aligned. Defense got to call a play. All in 10 seconds, y'all. I'm doing this. All in 10 seconds. Repetition, y'all. Repetition. Getting them straight. You know what I'm saying? Getting them just in case we played a team who ran an up-tempo offense, run a no-holder offense. Go ahead and you get on the line. You ready. This right here will have most coaches teaching they players this right here. Now that you can't call a timeout to stop the game, you feel me? Your wind got to be up, your conditioning got to be up, and you got to stay out there and you got to play. You got to stop the offense, even when they got the momentum. I like this rule right here. 5 yards, delay a game penalty assessed. I like this. So now, if you don't fake, because if you fake, then you giving them 5 yards, and you got to sit out that play. I like this right here, man. So I think Dart can be better version of Baker Mayfield, low-key. Hey, man. He did play in the SEC, though. He played against top talent, man. So we don't know, man. We got to see. When I say we got to see, it's a lot of things that take an effect, y'all. It's a lot of things like coaching is one. Scheme is two. Quarterback coach. Who you throwing the ball to? What kind of weapons you got? What are they teaching you? How can you process defensive looks? You know what I'm saying? All of that take into account. So when I always say you got to see, it's a lot of things you got to take into account, bro. It's not just based off your skill. It's a lot of things to take in effect, dog. That's out of your hands. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what you're learning, how you progress. Your progression. As soon as you hike the ball, how fast you progressing. You know what I'm saying? Can you throw a receiver open? Are you waiting for a receiver to get open? It's a lot to take, a lot of key nuances to take in effect, dog, in a game. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just your skill set. You know, we done seen some of the best athletic quarterbacks look sorry in certain systems, and we done seen some of the weakest quarterbacks look good in certain systems. I mean, look at Trent Dilfer. He done led, even though he was carried by the defense, he still, was able to lead his offense into a Super Bowl and win it ultimately. So, and then you got dudes like Kyler Murray. Um, that's good. That's talented. That was one of the best prospects coming out of college. But now that he don't got Cliff Kingsbury, he's been looking kind of But as long as he had Cliff Kingsbury, he was looking solid. He was looking good. So it all depends on scheme, coaching, processing, all of that. But yeah, man, that's going to do it for me for today, man. We had an hour, man. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out of here. There's not going to be no community today. Pun is out of town. AD about to go out of town, so there will be no community today. So yeah, man, I'm gonna try to get me some more topics to talk about. Hopefully, I can go live with my boy Big Time. Maybe later or maybe tomorrow. But yeah, smash that like button, man. Appreciate y'all as always.